Leading off the first inning, on the Coyotes, number 13, shortstop, Kyle Blevins.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Oxford, Alabama, as we get your baseball underway on a Thursday. And it's not just your ordinary run-of-the-mill baseball. It is D2 Conference Tournament time. Hi, everybody. Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage. Up onto the bump. Steps George Dobkowski facing Kyle Blevins, and we have got your baseball underway. Kyle Blevins leading it off for Coastal Alabama North. The Coyotes and the Boll Weevils, Enterprise State, just a tad above Coastal North in the seeding as the 4 team taking on the 5. Brooks Hart is batting in the 2 spot. 3-hitter Ethan McAnally, Trent Nelson batting 4th. Nate Mayfield is that 5-hitter. 6-hitter Tyler Wave, Sebastian Harden in the 7 spot. 8-hitter Zane Steele, and Gavin Moran is in the 9 hole. Wrapped foul by Kyle Blevins, and the count even at 2. George Dobkowski getting the start on the hill for Enterprise State. Meanwhile, behind the plate is Matt Dave Snell. First baseman Cole Savage. And shortstop Evan Jones. Second is Ronan Fowler, and the third baseman Gaines Harrell. Got an outfield of D.M. Lear. In left center fielder is Blaine McDaniel. And Bryce Stevens in right. And a shot in the direction of right field, and in front of the warning track to make the catch. That is Bryce Stevens, and out goes Kyle Blevins.
Number 6, Brooks Hart.
So on away with Brooks Hart coming to the plate. Gorgeous day here in Oxford, Alabama, according to forecasters. Clear skies, nothing but sunshine until, of course, it gets dark and until you get to sometime next week. And a lot of baseball going on here, not only ACCC D2, but you've got Gulf South Conference baseball coming next week, then ACCC D1. This is a conversation between catcher and pitcher that I believe was umpire instigated. The official, though, charging the visit, patting the bat of Matt Dave Snell and saying, go out and have a word with Dobkowski, and he will. Brooks Hart followed by Ethan McAnally. Enterprise State coming in with a 17-15 mark as that one is sent foul. The overall record, 21-24. Come into the tournament losing their last 4, but that was to the number 1 team in the country. Wallace Dothan in the final week of the series. Pitch out of the strike zone to Hart. Count even at 1. Coastal North 16-15, 25-26 overall, and their season ended with a loss 2, but they won 3 out of 4 against Bishop State. High and away with a pitch to Hart. So yeah, they lost 1 coming in, but of the last 10 played, 8-2. So the Coyotes on a tear, and there is a base rip into left field, and the first base hit of the game has Brooks Hart on.
Hart on the hit. Now your batter's first baseman, number 36, Ethan McAnally.
Ethan McAnally coming to the plate. Got a base runner aboard for Trent Nelson. And this is a Coastal squad that has been knocking the cover off the ball. .312 team batting average. And they've been slapping a bunch of home runs here of late. As a matter of fact, got a guy on the hill that typically plays second. that had an 8 RBI game in that. Well, I guess it was actually a doubleheader. 8 RBI doubleheader in that final series against Bishop State. And we're talking about Trevor Allen. But Enterprise State, led by the likes of Jay Boroff, who leads the ACCC in both batting average and number 2 in RBIs, tied for number 2 in home runs. So it'll be interesting to see if we get an offensive showcase between these two, or when you're expecting a lot of offense, sometimes you get a pitching duel. We'll see. 2-1 the count on McAnally. Trent Nelson on deck. Count evens up at 2 on McAnally. Got a little bit of a breeze blowing through Oxford, Alabama. Temperatures expected into the mid-80s later on today. 2-2 offering, swung on and missed. McAnally becoming the first Dobkowski K.
Number 18, Trent Nelson.
So on away with Trent Nelson coming to the plate. Nate Mayfield to the on-deck circle. One ball, no strikes. Cleanup hitter with a base runner aboard. Ball game just underway. 9 innings of baseball, unless, of course, somebody's got a pretty big lead after 5 or 7. 77 degrees currently. And a little bit on the cloudy side. Fans not going to complain about the clouds, although I don't see them here. But somewhere in Oxford, apparently, there's some clouds. Sunny here at the Diamond. Feels like 76, 41% humidity, visibility at 22 miles. A little bit of a westerly breeze at 2 with gusts to 9. UV index 6 and high, in the air quality 33 and good. 1-2 offering to Trent Nelson. That is off the umpire. It'll be a base hit. Well, he tried to get out of the way.
Nelson on the hit. Now you've got his designated hitter, number 11.
And it'll be a Trent Nelson single that's got a couple of base runners on. I'm not sure who that benefits. That might have benefited Enterprise State if it was headed towards the gap and extra bases, but instead, just a bag further down the road for Harn and a single for Nelson. Couple of base runners on for Nate Mayfield. Mayfield has popped a home run or 2 over the course of the season. 16 RBIs, 339 hitter. If my feeble memory serves me correct, it was his home run in walk-off fashion in the bottom of the 7th that handed Wallace Dothan just one of 2 conference losses. Count even at 1 on Mayfield. And of course, Wallace Dothan suffered their other conference loss to Bishop State, who takes on Central Alabama in the game coming up. That has popped up in the direction of right field over near the foul line, and eventually into foul territory goes Bryce Stevens to make the catch. 2 runners stranded, nobody scores. We go to the bottom of the first in the first game of the D2 ACCC Conference Tournament in Oxford.
off the bottom of the first for Enterprise, number 7, Blaine McDaniel.
We head to the bottom of the first. Blaine McDaniel starting it off. First pitch fouled away by McDaniel after a 5-at-bat, 2-hit, 2-stranded top part of the inning for the Coyotes. D.M. Lear batting second. Cole Savage, the 3-hitter. Jay Boroff in that 4 spot. Gaines Harrell hits 5th. 6-hitter Matt Dave Snell. Bryce Stevens in the 7 spot. Evan Jones hitting 8th, and Ronan Fowler in the 9 hole. And it's hit towards center field. Gavin Moran over to his right to make the catch. And McDaniel out number 1.
D.M. Lear.
So on away for D.M. Lear. Cole Savage to the on-deck circle. Trevor Allen getting the start on the hill for the Coyotes. Zane Steele's behind the plate. Ethan McAnally at first. Second baseman is Brooks Hart. Kyle Blevins at short. Trent Nelson at third. There's a chopper to Blevins. Fields on the 2-hop. Goes to first. Lear's out on the 6-3.
We're out 2. Now your batter's number 6. First baseman, Cole.
2 gone for Cole Savage. Jay Boroff moving to the on-deck circle. Coastal North outfield, Sebastian Harden in left. Center fielder Gavin Moran, and the right fielder is Tyler Wade. On the inside part of the plate, to Savage. 6, 7, and 8 in the Coyote order when you get to the top of the second. Tad outside with the offering. Count goes even, 1 apiece. Couple of Coyote base hits in the first. Hart and Nelson both stranded. 2-1 on Savage. Three-one pitch. Ground to second. Hart's there, goes to first. Savage out on the 4-3. We played an inning, and after one, we're scoreless.
Leading off the top of the second for the Coyotes, the right fielder, number 20, Tyler Wade.
Scoreless first, top of the second gets underway. Tyler Wade starts, and Sebastian Harden and Zane Steele due up in the inning, too. First game of 2 today, 4 tomorrow, 3 Saturday, and at least 1, maybe 2 on Sunday. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Wave. A little bit outside. Domkowski trying to tease Wave with something relatively close. Domkowski, 7 regular season appearances. 28 2/3 innings of work. 2-2 on the year, 36 hits, given up 23 runs. 15 earned, 16 walks, 14 strikeouts. That is off the mitt of Domkowski. Jones will get it, go to first. Wave is officially out on the 1-6-3.
Now your batter's left fielder, number 26.
And Sebastian Harden to the plate. Zane Steele to the on-deck circle. Domkowski, 1 home run allowed, a 4.71 ERA. Zane Steele on deck, pour off Harrell and Snell. In the bottom of the first, bunted foul by Harden. I mentioned a couple of teams that hit the ball well. Enterprise State, 302 as a team average. 276 runs scored. Coastal North, 327. There's a base rip up the middle by Harden. Third Coyote hit of the game, and a 1-out single has got Harden on for Zane Steele. Still hitting .341. .30 hits, 4 doubles, 3 home runs, 17 RBIs for Zane Steele. Gavin Moran is on deck. Boroff, Harrell, and Snell when you get to the bottom of the second for Enterprise State. Over to first, and Harden back safely. 14 stolen bases this year for Harden. Second most on the team. The team leader is Kyle Blevins. And only 1 time caught for Harden. Outside with a pitch to Steele. 8-hitter at the plate. Gavin Moran is on deck, then back to the top of the order for Coastal North. 1-1 Domkowski pitch that is slapped towards left. Backtracking to make the catch is D.M. Lear. And Harden forced back to first.
Now your battle center fielder, number 22, Gavin Moran.
So 2 gone with Gavin Moran to the plate. .31 home runs this year from the Coyotes. And Moran on the season has, how many of those? 1. 13 RBIs, 4 doubles. .1-0 pitch to the 9-hitter. Got the outside part of the plate. Well, Domkowski early, giving up a few hits, but thus far no runs. A couple of singles in the first to Harden Nelson. Gave up a single to Harden here in the second. Count goes to 2-1 on Moran. Harden getting his lead over at first. Moran with a swing, foul tips it back into the mid of Matt Dave Snell. Snell, a sophomore, back from a year ago. Count even in 2 on Moran. That is floated towards center field, drops in as a base hit.
Moran on the hit. 9 batter shortstop number 13, Kyle Blevins.
Well, an early game deja vu going on in the first. 1 out, 1 hit, 1 out, 1 hit. And then the last out in the inning. Here in the second, an out, a hit, an out, and a hit. Let's see what Kyle Blevins does, who popped out to left, make that right field in the first. More plate appearances than any other Coyote for Kyle Blevins, who sat out the last doubleheader against Bishop State on Saturday, so he's had about a week off now. 2-0 on Blevins. His 43 hits leads the team. His 20 stolen bases leads the Coyotes. 2-0 pitch. That's into center field. Coyotes will get on the board. Over to cut it off is McDaniel, but rounding third coming in is Harden. Kyle Blevins putting the Coyotes on top. Blevins picking up his 21st RBI of the year. Runners on the corners for Brooks Hart. Ethan McAnally moving to the on-deck circle. On the inside part of the plate to Hart. Hart with a single in the first. Back to the plate in the second. Outside to Hart, Ethan McAnally into the on-deck circle. One ball, one strike. Obviously, these two teams met 4 times during the course of the regular season, 2 doubleheaders. In Enterprise, Boll Weevils won both 6-5 and 11-8. In Bruton, they split 13-8. They won the first game but lost the nightcap 13-6. Little soft liner over to Harrell at third. Hart lines out, 2 stranded, but the Coyotes take the early lead. And reminder to follow us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. And if you are watching on YouTube, if you would subscribe, boy, would that make us happy. And if you're watching on the ACCC Sports Network, then sometime today, if you don't mind, go to YouTube, put JockJive Sports in the search engine, and follow us, subscribe. Outside with a pitch to Jay Boroff. Some interesting info from Daniel Head on that RBI single from Kyle Blevins 10 years ago. The last appearance by Coastal North. Then, as this one is slapped over into the corner, but foul by Boroff. And he'll come back to the plate. 10 years ago since their last appearance, last run, Darrell Blevins, Kyle's belated father, was the coach then, and it just seems appropriate that Kyle Blevins, the son, driving in the first run in their reappearance into postseason. 1-2 the count on Jay Boroff. Gaines Harrell and Matt Dave Snell due up in the inning too. It has been a pretty good year for Boroff, batting .459 on the year. Tops in Division II. Number 2 in the division in runs driven in with nearly 50. 1-2 pitch, outside of the count, even. And tied for number 2 in home runs. So the freshman got comfortable from the prep to the collegiate level real quickly. Inside with the offering and the count full on Jay Boroff. Boll Weevils trying to respond to the Coyote run that played it in the top part of the inning. Boroff awaits, drives it to Trent Nelson, who scoops, fires, gets the out of Boroff on the 5-3. So one away for Gaines Harrell. Third inning for Coastal North has got 3, 4, and 5 coming to the plate. McAnally, Nelson, and Mayfield. Boll Weevils, though, in no hurry to get to the top of the third. That is floated towards left field. Sebastian Harden's there, and Harrell's out too.
Out two. Number 22, catcher, Matt Dave Snell.
2 gone for Matt Dave Snell. Trevor Allen, 30 innings of work this year, 4-0. This is his 10th appearance. 33 hits given up, 8 runs, all earned, 6 walks, 16 strikeouts. Has allowed a home run and the ERA at 2.37. A little bit outside with a pitch to Snell. And when Trevor Allen isn't pitching, he's playing second. One pitch. Fouled out of play. Last time we saw Trevor Allen on the hill was on Saturday. Came in relief of the starter, Wyatt Thorpe, against Bishop State in Game 1 of that doubleheader. High pitch to Snell. Worked all of the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th innings and did not allow a run. Hit to Blevins. He'll scoop, he'll fire, and that's 6th straight retired by Allen. We're through 2, and it's the Coyotes by 1.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Leading off the top of the third, on the Coyotes, first baseman, number 36, Ethan McAnally.
Top of the third, Ethan McAnally starts it. Trent Nelson and Nate Mayfield due up in the inning, too. Coyotes getting a run in the second. Blevins driving in hard and hit by the pitch is McAnally.
McAnally hit by the pitch.
He'll go down to first and a base runner on for the Coyotes. Only runners in the game thus far have been Coyotes. And that has got Bubba Frichter coming out to have a conversation with Domkowski. Domkowski giving up 5 hits and hitting 1. And facing Trent Nelson, who had a single in the first. So Coach Frichter saying it's time to go out there and have a conversation with Domkowski. And as a coach, you realize, especially in a setting like this, that it's going to be some butterflies to begin with, and maybe you accept a base hit or 2 in the first inning, and okay, maybe in inning number 2, but by the time you get to the third, you're hoping that your starting pitcher is settled in. Outside with a pitch, faking the throw down was Snell. If he fires, might have got McAnally. He was off the bag substantially. Couple of pitches missing to Nelson. Nate Mayfield moving to the on-deck circle. A little bit outside, 3 pitches missing. And now you can see coaches leaning over the dugout rail into the pin, suggesting that somebody gets up and starts throwing. That got the inside part of the plate. And it looks like that somebody is Braden Harvin, who has begun some soft throws there in the pin. Count runs full on Nelson. Well, cannot overstate how well this field looks. What a great job the crews do in making it look immaculate. That is slapped in the direction of left field. It will sail over the head of T.M. Lear. Hits at the base of the fence. McAnally in to score on the double by Nelson. Trent Nelson's 8th double of the year. And the Coyotes take a 2-zip lead. And already 6 Coyote hits in the game. Nate Mayfield, who popped out to right field in the first, coming to the plate. Winner of this one, all they've got to do is take on the #1 team in the country. Wallace Dothan tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. But you would definitely rather play at 10 tomorrow than 7 tomorrow night. Mayfield with a swing and miss. If you're playing at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, you've already lost a game and are on the brink of elimination. 1-1 pitch. And the count goes to 2-1. Bottom third of the order to the plate when you get to the bottom of the third for the Boll Weevils. Mayfield, 339 hitter. Too much air underneath. Out goes Mayfield. Nelson stays at second.
Now your batter's number 20, right fielder Tyler Wade.
1 out for Tyler Wave. Wave ground into a 1-6-3 in the second. 0 for 1 in the game. Sebastian Harden on deck. High with the first pitch to Wave. The team leader in doubles, 10 on the year. Got underneath this one, pops it up over in foul territory. And there to make the catch is first baseman Cole Savage.
Savage on the catch for out 2. Now your batter's left fielder, number 26, Sebastian Harden.
2 gone for Sebastian Harden. Harden with a single and a run scored in the second. Scoring that first run of the ball game, driven in by Kyle Blevins. Zane Steele on deck. Got a 4 o'clock matchup between Bishop State and Central Alabama. That is hit well towards the gap, right center field. It is up against the wall on the 1-hop. Nelson will come in to score. Harden's got the second Coyote double of the inning. His 26th RBI. And Nelson will come in for the 19th time this year. Zane Steele with a fly out to left field in the second. That is hit number 7 in the game for the Coyotes. Gavin Moran moving to the on-deck circle. Steele the second out in the second inning with a fly out to left. And a shot towards left field, base hit. Harden given the green light. He'll come in to score at first with an RBI single as Zane Steele. Run number 4 for the Coyotes and visit number 2 in the inning for Domkowski. So Domkowski coming out of the ballgame. And the new pitcher in when we return.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Again, your batters number 22, Gavin Moran.
Punt laid down by Moran. He's safe over at first.
Moran on the hit. Brings up to the leadoff hitter, number 13.
New pitcher is Braden Harvin, and Moran, the 225 hitter, picking up his second base hit of the ball game and sending us back to the top of the order with Kyle Blevins coming to the plate. And is hit number 9 for the Coyotes. George Domkowski works 2 2/3. Faces 17, 1 strikeout, no walks, 8 hits, 1 hit batsman. 4 runs allowed thus far, but he's responsible for the runner at second in Zane Steele. Runner in first, Moran, the responsibility of Harvin. Top of the order, Kyle Blevins, 1 for 2 in the game. A pop out and a single. Brooks Hart is on deck. Oh, 2 pitch. Swatted foul by Blevins. Stevens, Jones, and Fowler, 7, 8, and 9 in the ball we've ordered when you get to the bottom part of the third. It has been a productive inning for the Coyotes. 3 runs have plated of a total now of 4 base hits. On the outside part of the plate, Blevins caught looking.
Blevins goes down on strike.
3-run score, though, and the Coyotes take a 4-zip lead into the home half of the inning.
University of Alabama Online. where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
Don't forget, you want to watch the game later, that is not a problem. Go to the website. There's a link right on the front page. Gives you access to any and everything we do. Okay, there is a itty-bitty subscription fee. But it gives you 12 months of enjoying any and everything we do. Speaking of any and everything, got Sneed State and Coastal Alabama South playing baseball today in Bay Minette. Kamari Darrington on the call there. And in about an hour, Georgia Military and East Georgia State softball. Jason Thompson calling the game there. Fouled away by Bryce Stevens. Trying to snap this string of set downs for Trevor Allen. He has shut down 6 straight. Evan Jones, Ronan Fowler due up in the inning 2. Bryce Stevens, a 180 hitter. 50 trips to the plate, 9 hits, 1 double, 1 home run, 9 RBIs on the year. 2-1 pitch. Popped up right side. And coming in from right field to make the catch is Tyler Wave.
Wave on the catch for out 1. Now you've got a shortstop, number 14, Evan Jones.
So 1 away for Evan Jones. I mentioned Wallace Dothan, the number 1 team in Division II baseball. Then you got a number of Region 23 teams. East Central is 2, Pearl River 3, Louisiana State Eunice 4. Then Brunswick is 5, Southeastern 6, Iowa Central 7, Heartland 8, Frederick 9. As that's popped up on the infield by Jones. Blevins the catch. 2 gone for Ronan Fowler.
Now you've got a second baseman, number 1, Ronan Fowler.
Frederick 9, Kirkwood 10. St. John's 11, Northwest Mississippi 12, Jones 13, Madison College 14, Western Oklahoma 15, Lincoln Land 16, Kellogg 17. Patrick Henry is the 18 team. Northeast 19, and the 20 team is Blackhawk College Moline. LBW is in the also receiving votes category. The other representative of the ACCC in the D2 polls. Count goes even in 1 on Fowler. 2, 3, and 4 to the plate for the Coyotes in the 4th. 1 and 2. 1 ball, couple of strikes, 2 gone, nobody aboard. Wide of the strike zone goes Allen. Two offering just a little bit outside. That was close. And the count evens up at 2. Couple of balls, couple of strikes, 2 gone. Allen's 2-2 offering, apparently it was a 3-2. Given the walk and down to first, he'll try. And that will become the first base runner of the game for the Ball Weevils. And it sends us back to the top of the order. Blaine McDaniel next. So Trevor Allen faced 8, sent him down, walks the 9-hitter. And then we're back to the top of the order. Blaine McDaniel, who popped out in center field, coming to the plate with 2 gone and a base runner on. Well, we will certainly would like to get all 4 runs back, but they just want to get a run. Knock that goose egg off the board here in the 3rd. They'll have to do it with 2 gone. DM Lear is on deck. Hit to Hart. He'll go to first. McDaniel out on the 4-3. 4 up, 3 down, 1 stranded, nobody scores. 3 complete, and the Coyotes by 4. Top of the 4th, Brooks Hart starts at Ethan McAnally and Trent Nelson, 2 up in the inning, 2. There have been 19 prior at-bats to Brooks Hart in the game for the Coyotes. They've got 9 hits in those 19 at-bats. First trip to the plate for Hart facing Harvin. Harvin came into the ball game, got the last third of the 3rd. Now working the 4th. A little bit outside to even the count at 2 on Hart, who is 1 for 2 in the game. Has singled and lined out to 3rd. And a slap towards left field could be trouble. Off the mitt of an oncoming Evan Jones. Into second goes Brooks Hart.
Hart in the second base. Now you batter's first baseman, number 36, Ethan McAnally.
And has got Ethan McAnally coming to the plate with a runner in scoring position at second. The debate in the box on E or an H. I'm kind of cruel on fielders, but I would go with an E. I'm tough. Daniel says it's a hit. Majority rules. So that is a base hit, and it's got Hart at second, which means he has a double. And if you look at the season numbers on Hart, that is double number 4. And it's the third double of the ball game for the Coyotes. Ethan McAnally with an RBI chance. McAnally, 25 RBIs on the year. A Coyote squad that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hitters with better than 20 runs driven in. McAnally struck out in the first, hit by a pitch in the third. Came in and scored a run as well, his 29th run plated. 2-0 pitch from Harvin. Pickoff play, in play. Fowler trying to tag out Hart. Hart able to get back safely. Nobody gone and another base runner for the Coyotes. They've had at least 2 in every inning prior and got a runner on now. In the top of the 4th, bottom of the inning, Lear, Savage, and Boroff for Enterprise State. Winner of this one's got Wallace Dothan at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. The loser has got the winner of, I make that the loser of Game 4, which will be LBW, and the winner of the game coming up, Central Alabama and Bishop State. Fouled away by McAnally. All part of your busiest day of the tournament, day 2, Friday, when you got games at 10, 1, 4, and 7. 3-2 pitch to McAnally. And comes in a little bit low, and McAnally giving a walk.
Hey fans, if you're retrieving a foul ball, please return those to the nearest dugout. Now your batter's number 18, third baseman, Trent Nelson.
That is the first walk issued by Boll Weevil pitching. Starter Domkowski put one on via the hit. But that's the first walk, and Harvin gives it. Nelson 2 for 2 in the game. Showing punt. That had Savage charging in from first. Nelson singled in the first, doubled in the third. Back to the plate in the fourth with a couple of base runners on. Trying to lay down the punt. Toss to second. And a little slight delay from Hart to go to third, but he's still there safely. And that'll put runners at first and third for Nelson. So 90 feet away is Hart from becoming the 5th run of the ball game for the Coyotes. Trent Nelson, who's already got an RBI in the game, floats this one in the direction of left. Onto the grass to make the catch. A shortstop, Evan Jones, too shallow to send runners, and both will hold. McAnally at first, Hart at third.
Now your batter's designated hitter, number 11, Nate Mayfield.
One out for Nate Mayfield. Mayfield with a couple of flyouts. 0 for 2 in the game, flew out to right and behind the plate. Tyler Wave is on deck. into the dirt with the throw, and McAnally will take second. So a couple of runners in scoring position for Nate Mayfield. Outside with the pitch to Mayfield, who was the last out in the first and the first out in the third. Two and one on Mayfield. Tyler Wave is on deck. Lear, Savage, and Boroff in the bottom of the fourth for Enterprise State. Hard getting his lead at third. McAnally at second. Here's the Harvard offering. It is high and inside for ball three. Mayfield hitting .339, 62 trips to the plate. 4 doubles, couple of home runs, 16 RBIs, 8 walks, 10 strikeouts. And a shot towards left field. Should be deep enough to bring in the run. Caught by Lear. And Mayfield picks up the RBI on the sac fly.
Hart scores on the tag up. Now your batter's number 20, right fielder Tyler Wade.
And the Coyote lead goes to 5. Tyler Wade 0 for 2 in the game. Ground out to short, popped out to first. Sebastian Harden moving to the on-deck circle. One more game today. An abbreviated schedule with 4 and 5 tangling in this one, 3 and 6 meeting in the 4 o'clock matchup. Oh, 1 pitch to Wave. That is floated to right field. Will drop in as a base hit. Trying to grab it on the short hop was Bryce Stevens, and it will travel towards the fence. Give an extra bag for Tyler Wave. McAnally will come in to score.
Now your batter's number 26, left fielder Sebastian Harden.
Sebastian Harden to the plate. Harden a single, a double, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Zane Steele is on deck. Harden singled in the second, doubled in the third. Back to the plate in the fourth. Has Wave in scoring position. And with that RBI in the third, Harden's RBI total climbs to 26. Back to the screen for Harden. One ball, couple of strikes. That is a foul ball, but barely. Harden nearly had an extra base hit and another RBI. Inches away from making it a 7-zip game. Zane Steele on deck. I mentioned Enterprise State took 3 out of 4 from the Coyotes. That was early in the year. This is a different Coyote squad. 2-2 the count on Harden. If you're thinking about sending it to the wall, and like out of the park, 325 down the lines, 375 to the gaps. 390 to center, and Sebastian Harden is out. Blue saying he leaned into the pitch.
Harden goes down on strikes. Coastal North scores 2 runs.
Well, let's take a look. Keith Griffin arguing the call.
Coastal North now leads 6-0.
Well, I don't know. The replay does not really look like a lean in. Granted, he may not have made the most diligent effort to get out of the way, but nonetheless, he's an out. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th in a 6-zip game.
Leading out the bottom of the 4th for Enterprise, number 11, left fielder T.M. Lear.
We get the bottom of the 4th underway. T.M. Lear starts at Cole Savage and Jay Boroff. 2 up in the inning, 2. In a 6-zip game, Coyotes planting 2 more runs in the top part of the 4th. Got Hart and McAnally in to make it a 6-zip lead. 0-1 on Lear, who ground into a 6-3 in the 1st. High pitch to even the count at 1. Cole Savage, Jay Boroff, 2 up in the inning, 2. That is popped up on the infield. Brooks Hart at second to make the catch. And Lear is out, number 1. Cole Savage coming to the plate. Win or lose, you're playing tomorrow. But lose, and it will be tough. Not impossible, but tough to get to the championship game. And then you got to force the if game and play a lot of extra baseball as compared to the teams that get byes or the teams that win. So not the end of the road for anybody in this one. The road could get a lot more difficult. Cole Savage ground into a 4-3. He was the last out in the 1st inning. Fifth inning for the Coyotes starts with the 8 spot. Zane Steele will begin it. Gavin Moran and Kyle Blevins 2 up in the inning, 2. One-two pitch to Savage. Blevins fields to first with a throw, and 2 are gone.
Blevins on the play for out 1. Now back for Enterprise. Number 30.
That'll bring Jay Boroff to the plate.
Designated hitter Jay Boroff.
Boroff ground into a 5-3 putout in the second. Boroff batting .445. Tied for the team lead in doubles, has the team lead in homers and RBIs and batting average. Outside with the first pitch to Boroff, who we have seen often here on JockJive through the Showcase Series and through the ALA BCA. Count goes even at 1. Hit by the pitch is Boroff, and he'll make his way down to first with 2 gone.
Now your batter's third baseman, number 16, James Harrell.
So thus far, the Boll Weevils have had 2 base runners, both put on by Allen. Allen walked Fowler with 2 gone in the third. Hits Boroff with 2 gone in the fourth. Gaines Harrell coming to the plate. Yeah, big early lead for the Coyotes, but as a matter of fact, before today's baseball got started, we were reminiscing up here in the box about some games in which one team had big leads early, only to see it evaporate midway or late in the game. So things can certainly still change with lots of baseball still to go. 0-2 on Harrell. Matt Dave Snell is on deck. And a shot towards center field. There's the first base hit of the game for the Boll Weevils. Harrell delivering.
Harrell on the hit. Now your batter's number 22.
Couple of base runners on for Matt Dave Snell. Snell a .244 hitter this year, looking for his first extra base hit of the year. 21 hits, they've all been singles. 8 RBIs, 7 walks, 8 strikeouts. And Snell ground into the 6-3 in the second. Coach Keith Griffin coming out to have a conversation with Trevor Allen. There is no activity in the Coyote pen, and Allen is up 6-0, so not coming out of the game. At least you don't think so. But after hitting one and giving up his first hit, Coach Keith Griffin going out to maybe hit that reset button for Trevor Allen. Meanwhile, Boll Weevils would love to get rid of the goose egg here with 2 gone in the bottom of the fourth. Snell the last out in the second inning when he ground into the 6-3. Two Boll Weevils on. First time in the game that the Boll Weevils have had simultaneous runners. Now trying to get rid of that 0. First pitch to Snell. Into the strike zone from Trevor Allen. Low and away, count evens 1 each. Tomorrow, Wallace Dothan and the winner of this one at 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, LBW, and the winner of the next one, Central Alabama and Bishop State. Another hit batsman, Snell, dinked, and you got the bases loaded for the Boll Weevils.
Bases are loaded for number 2, right fielder Bryce Stevens.
Bryce Stevens coming to the plate with the bases loaded. $4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, the loser of game 2, that is the Central Alabama Bishop State game, and the loser of the Wallace Dothan / Enterprise State / Coastal North game. And it's 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Loser of this one against the loser of that LBW whomever game tomorrow at 1. So tomorrow a couple of elimination games. They'll happen at 4 and 7. My, how the complexion of the game has changed here quickly in the bottom of the 4th. But if you are the Coyotes, if you can get the out, you're good. If you're the Boll Weevils and you can get some runs in, looking at the potential of a brand new game. Evan Jones on deck. Two-1 pitch to Stevens, who popped out to right field in the 2nd. That pitch is low, and Trevor Allen. Now a pitch outside of the strike zone away from bringing in the first Boll Weevil. 3-1 pitch. Too high, too far inside. Boll Weevils on the board.
Shortstop, Evan Jones.
Still loaded in a 6-1 game with Evan Jones to the plate. Jones with a fly out to short in the 3rd. Ronan Fowler on deck. Steele, Moran, and Blevins when you get to the 5th for the Coyotes, but the Boll Weevils would like to spend a little more time here in the bottom part of the 4th. Got some ducks they'd like to get in off the pond. Harrell at 3rd, Snell at 2nd, Stevens at 1st. And an 0-2 count on Jones. Most productive inning of the game for Enterprise State. 7 have gone to the plate. Swing and a miss. Jones strikes out, leaves 3 stranded. But the Boll Weevils on the board as we go to the 5th.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Steele.
Eight spots starting off the top of the 5th. Zane Steele, Gavin Moran, and Kyle Blevins due up in the inning 2. Boll Weevils on the board. Jay Boroff hit by a pitch, eventually comes in on a bases loaded walk to Bryce Stevens. Zane Steele now hit by a pitch. First base runner in the bottom of the fourth for the Boll Weevils hit. And now the first base runner for the Coyotes in the top of the fifth hit by a pitch. Gavin Moran next. A couple of singles for Moran. 2 for 2 in the game. Shows bunt, pulls back, pitch outside. Top of the order, moving to the on-deck circle, Kyle Blevins. Harvin, pitcher number 2 in the game for the Boll Weevils. Domkowski worked the first 2 2/3. And then Harvin came into the game. And he, at the moment, has worked an inning and a third. One offering. It is punted. Harvin goes and gets it, fires over to first, will get the out. And the sacrifice going 1-3.
Now your batter's number 13, Kyle Blevins.
Steele into second with the sacrifice, as the Coyotes try to get back that run given up in the bottom of the fourth. I think we are going to work on getting some shout-outs in the sixth, by the way. So kind of put your thinking caps on, get your creative writing skills flowing. And we'll take shout-outs in the sixth inning. And we'll tell you how to get them to us in the sixth as well. Outside with a pitch to Blevins, who is 1 for 3. Popped out, singled, and struck out. Innings 1, 2, and 3. Took the fourth off the plate, back to the plate in the fifth. Sends this one towards center field. McDaniel with a catch, back to second goes Steele.
McDaniel with a catch for out 2.
And there's 2 gone for Brooks Hart.
Number 6, second baseman, Brooks Hart.
Hart 2 for 3 in the game. Singled and doubled in between. He lined out to third. There has not been an inning in this game thus far that the Coyotes haven't had 2 runners on simultaneously. Got 1 on currently. Have put multiple runners aboard in innings 1, 2, 3, and 4. Harvin trying to minimize that here in the fifth. Ethan McAnally on deck. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Hart. Inside, count evens up. Bottom of the order. Starts the bottom of the fifth for Enterprise State. Ronan Fowler, Blaine McDaniel, D.M. Lear. All coming up in the home half of the inning. One Harvin pitch to Hart. That is up the middle, base hit. Steele told to go on home. He will. Meanwhile, to second there safely is Brooks Hart. Third hit of the game for Hart. His first RBI of this game, but on the season his 21st. And it's back to a 6-run lead for the Coyotes. Ethan McAnally has struck out, been hit by a pitch, and walked. He has scored twice, pushing his run total on the year to 30. Trent Nelson on deck. On the outside part of the plate to McAnally. Harmon's 0-1 offering. Got the inside part. Got the outside with pitch 1, inside with pitch 2. Oh-2 offering to McAnally, who struck out in the first, hit by a pitch in the third, walked in the fourth. Runner will take off, and able to get in safely was Brooks Hart. It almost looked like Hart kind of let off the accelerator right near the bag, but still able to get in safely with the stolen base. One-two pitch. Popped up towards center field. Blaine McDaniel keeps drifting back. Finally makes the catch of the warning track. Now that one continued to carry. Hart stranded, 1 run in. Back to a 6-run Coyote lead. And don't forget, if you haven't already, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, and definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. Trying to grow the numbers. Plus, you got access to stuff that other folks don't get to watch. Interviews with the playmakers, the coaches, and more. And you'll be our new best friend. Okay, I'm sure that doesn't carry a substantial amount of weight, but hey, we'll appreciate you following us and subscribing. If you're going to subscribe and you're watching currently on YouTube, there's a subscribe button nearby if you're watching on the ACCC Sports Network. Got to go to YouTube and put JockJive Sports in the search engine. Bottom of the order in the bottom of the 5th, Roland Fowler starts it. Blaine McDaniel, DM Lear due up in the inning 2. Fowler walked in the 3rd. Three-one pitch. Strike 2. Fowler thought he was headed to first. Had chunked the stick and was headed down the line, but summonsed back. He has walked 21 times this year. 3-2 pitch. That is outside. And he will walk. Third Trevor Allen walk of the game. And we're back to the top of the order. Blaine McDaniel to the plate. McDaniel with a fly out to center field and a ground out to second. 0 for 2 in the game. DM Lear is on deck. On the outside part of the plate to McDaniel. D2 baseball outside of extra inning games and non-conference games. Haven't played 9-inning games. In D2, conference play is a pair of 7s. It's D1 that's got a 7 and a 9. Couple of strikes on McDaniel. So unless a mercy rule kicks in, this will be a longer than normal conference game for both. 1-2 pitch, fouled away by McDaniel. More plate appearances than any other boll weevil, 145 coming in. McDaniel, a .269 hitter. One-two pitch from Allen. It is too high. Five doubles, a triple, a home run, 19 RBIs on the year for Blaine McDaniel. Chops this one towards Nelson at third. Thought about second. Didn't have a play there. Goes to first with a throw. And he'll get McDaniel on the 5-3.
Back to the ball, Eagles, number 11, DM Lear.
DM Lear coming to the plate. Lear ground out to short, popped out to second. 0 for 2 in the game. Nelson, Mayfield, and Wave when you get to the top of the 6th for Coastal North. First pitch, a strike to Lear. And Lear had company in thinking that was a little high and inside. Low and inside, count even at 1. Lear ground out to short in the first, popped out the second in the 4th. 1-1 pitch. Check swings it and fouls it away. Here is the 1-2 offering to Lear, who is the second out in the first inning and the first out in the 4th. Lear staying alive after fouling off the pitch. Zane Steele trying to hang on. Base runner at second, Fowler. Walked and then went to second on the 5-3 put out of McDaniel. One-two pitch to Lear. Reads. Did he go? And the official in the field says no. Working with 3 umpires in this one, the typical ACCC game in the regular season has 2. Two-two offering Trevor Allen working into the 5th. Got 1 away, 1 aboard in a 7-1 game. That is sliced in the direction where nobody's at. It'll drop in as an extra base hit for Lear on his way home. Fowler, Lear on his way to third. He'll be there standing. Lear's 5th triple of the year. driving in his 17th run.
Now your batters, number 6, Cole Savage.
And Fowler will come in to score for the 29th time this year. Cole Savage 0 for 2 in the game. Lear at third. Savage steps in. Savage the third out in the first. Winning ground into the 4-3, the second out in the fourth. Winning ground into the 6-3. Outside into the first pitch to Savage. Jay Boroff moving to the on-deck circle. Count evens up at 1. One ball, one strike, one out, one on, one in. High pitch, 2-1. Two balls, one strike, one away. That is shot foul in the direction of right field. And the count will even up at 2. Oxford, Alabama. Earliest time that we've been here, but it's because there is a conference tournament in D2 that also features a district 2 out of 3 series before you get the opportunity to head to the D2 World Series. So the winner of this one still has another step before getting to the World Series. I think it's still in Enid, Oklahoma. D1 plays their World Series in Grand Junction. Base hit into right field. In will come Lear.
Savage on the hit brings in Lear. Now your batter's number 32, designated hitter Jay Boroff.
It is a 7-3 game, and apparently Coach Keith Griffin's already made the decision. He's made the call to the pin. And a reliever for Trevor Allen is on his way to the mound.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Again, your batter is number 32, Jabe Boroff.
One out, bottom of the fifth. Jabe Boroff to the plate with a base runner at first. Cole Savage, 2 runs in. And Connor Colvin is the new pitcher. Trevor Allen working 4 1/3, facing 21. 1 strikeout, 3 walks. He will give up 3 base hits and hit 2. Has allowed 3 runs, been responsible for the runner at first. Outside with a pitch to Boroff. A score from Bay Minette. Coastal Alabama South with a 3-zip lead in the third over Snead State. That's a big game in D1 baseball, as you got the current 2 and 3 team. Actually, 2 teams tied for second. 1 team will beat 2, the other 3 potentially after the series, definitely after the game. And of course, they're just a hair behind Shelton State, which leads in D1. Boroff strikes out.
Boroff goes down on strikes. Now your batter's number 16.
And Connor Coleman will come in, face Boroff, the leading batting average guy in the conference, and strike him out. Connor Colvin making his 17th appearance. 11 out of the pen, 3 and 1. 3 saves with a complete game. 40 and a third innings of work. 54 hits, given up 31 runs, 22 earned. 12 walks and 24 strikeouts. 3 home runs allowed, a 4.91 ERA. Gaines Harrell, 1 for 2 in the game. Popped out to left field and singled. Hitter asking for time, Gaines Harrell. Popped out to left in the second. Singled in the fourth. An hour 45 in the bottom of the fifth in a game that's got a 3-hour window. In reality, by the time you prep the field, get the other teams on the diamond, you're looking at needing to wrap the game up around 3:30 to get us the 4 o'clock game underway on time. Right now, maybe a tad behind schedule. 2-1 pitch. Blevins Fields goes to second. Harrell grounds into the 6-4. 2 runs in. A 6-run game becomes a 4-run game as we head to the top of the 6th. And your shout-outs. Top of the sixth gets underway. Trent Nelson starts it. Nate Mayfield and Tyler Wave due up in the inning, too. You may have already noticed something added to your scoreboard. Shout-out number, all sixth inning long. If it goes quickly, you don't have a lot of time. If it goes slowly, you got plenty of time to send the shout-outs via text. 334-488-1385, 334-488-1385. And here's what we're looking for in a shout-out. Who's it to? Who's it from? Those are important. We'd like to know where it's from. So if you could stick that on there too. If you're watching at a unique spot. I keep bringing that up, but really these days with mobile devices, I don't know that any spot is unique anymore. But, you know, if you're in Walmart watching the game, on your way to Oxford, sitting in the Waffle House, that kind of stuff. Got a little watch party going on, snap a photo. Text it too. And last but not least, if you're watching at work, heck, might as well give a little free PR. Inside pitch, walked as Nelson.
Nelson draws the
I mean,
walk.
if they're letting you watch at work, we got to say something good about it.
Batter's number 11, designated
So if you
hitter,
are,
Nate
include the
Mayfield.
name. All of that in a shout out to 334-488-1385. Apparently, that's it for Harmon. Walks Nelson and he leaves. The new pitcher is coming.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
And your batter's number 11, Nate Mayfield.
Hunter Williams, the new pitcher, facing Nate Mayfield after Braden Harvin works 2 1/3. Faces 14, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 hits, 3 runs, but there is a runner on, so that run total could climb. But of course, Hunter Williams trying to keep it from climbing. As Nate Mayfield comes to the plate, 0 for 2 in the game with an RBI. That is hit way up into the sky, and let's see who's going to make the catch. It'll be second baseman Roland Fowler, and out will go Mayfield.
On the catch for the out. Now your batter's number 20, right fielder, Tyler Wave.
1 out for Tyler Wave.
Let's go 2-0, here we go. Let's go to work.
Wave 1 for 3 with an RBI. Ground into a 1-6-3, popped out and single. The single came in the fourth. Shout out to Connor from Morgan to the Coastal Dorms. Volleyball is watching. All right, thank you very much, volleyball. Coach Stephen Dickey and the volleyball team getting ready for 2024. It'll be here before you know it. And coaches got that volleyball program doing very well. A couple of appearances in Mobile. Thanks for watching there on campus. And that's how you do it, by the way. Who's it to, who's it from, where's it from? All included on the shout-out. 334-488-1385. The number there on your scoreboard. Tyler Wave with Sebastian Harden on deck. Shout out to the Coyotes from here at the dorms in Bruton. I'm so proud of how hard you guys work to make it to the championship. Keep playing hard, boys. Brenna Shelley. Thank you very much, Brenna. Fouled away. Brenna, I think, a member of that volleyball program, too. Shout out to the whole Coyote baseball team watching back home. Let's go, Yotes from Angel. Thank you very much, Angel. See, that's how you do it. Every one of them fed into the format. Of course, it's a format that's not mandatory, just kind of requested. Fouled away. One ball, couple of strikes to Tyler Wave. Little bit low in the offering. And you had a handful of Boll Weevil fans thinking that was into the strike zone. One away, one aboard in a 7-3 game. That is hit well towards right field, going back, watching it sail out of the park. Over the scoreboard, Bryce Stevens watched it sail. Tyler Wave smacking the two-run home run. Fourth home run of the year for Wave. And the Coyotes got their 6-run lead back. Third RBI of the game for Wave. And on the season, 31. Sebastian Harden to the plate. That is home run number 32 hit by the Coyotes this year. On the outside part of the plate to Harden. 2 for 3 in the game. A couple of base hits and a strikeout. Shout out to Galen Evans and Jared Infinger. Go Weaves. Thank you very much for the shout out. Let's go Yotes. Eric in Florida. Another strike to Harden. Shout out to the whole team from Bryson Howard, from Edie. Watching from work at McCall Water System. Well, thank you very much for watching while working. And thanks, boss, for letting Edie watch while working. Two-two offering to Sebastian Harden. He'll swing, he'll miss. And there's 2 gone.
Harden goes down on strikes for out 2.
By the way, we can close the books on Harvin. Harvin, 2 1/3 innings of work, 14 faced, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 hits, 3 runs, make that 4 runs with a home run that brought in Trent Nelson. Zane Steele, 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Outside with a pitch to Steele. As I mentioned, shout outs all 6th inning long, so You still got at least 4 outs. One more in the top part of the inning and 3 in the bottom. Speaking of the bottom part of the inning, Matt and Dave Snell, Bryce Stevens, Evan Jones, all coming to the plate for the Boll Weevils. One pitch to Steele. Comes in low, 2-1. Right now at the 2-hour mark with still a third of the game to go. Count even in 2 on Steele. He popped out to left in the second. Singled in a run in the third, got hit by a pitch and came in and scored in the 5th. Just a little bit outside. Shout out says, love seeing Bruton back in the tournament, watching from Denver. I am a little envious. Denver, Colorado. Love the Bell Valley, Avon. That area. And I think some dirt flew up and got in the eyes of the official. And he has walked away and dabbing the eyes and now says, hey, can I get some water? Let's see if I can get this dirt out of the eyes. Well, let's take a look and see if we can pick up what happened. Yeah, I think it's just dirt. Kicked up on the fouled off pitch. And Blue going over to get a little moisture, dab the eyes. I think Keith Griffin. I'm speculating as to what he said because there was a little chuckle between he and the official. And probably it was something like, are you sure you can see balls and strikes? Sure as he could, and Steele is walked on the very next pitch.
Batter number 22, Gavin Moran.
Walk number 3 for Boll Weevil pitching, and it is the first from Hunter Williams. Gavin Moran, 2 for 2 with a sacrifice. Top of the order, Kyle Blevins on deck. Runner goes, that is shot towards center field. Coming in to make the catch is Blaine McDaniel.
McDaniel on the catch.
Moran flies out, 1 runner stranded, 2 more in.
Also North scores 2
On the
runs
Tyler
on
Wave
base,
home
one
run.
on base, and now it's
9-3
9-3
Coyotes.
as we go to the
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Hitting on the bottom of the sixth, number 22, Matt T. Snell.
Don't forget, want to watch the game later? That is not a problem. Go to the website. There is a link right there on the front page that gives you access to games after the fact. Okay, there is a little teeny tiny baby cost, but it gives you a year's worth of access. Matt Dave Snell starting it off. Bryce Stevens and Evan Jones due up in the inning too. Shout out says, go Yotes, Nanny and Papa of Ethan Edge watching. And got the praying hands going too. Thank you very much, Nana and Papa. Let's go Yotes. Coach Nim's watching from the Bruton campus. Coach, how you doing? I was thinking about you the other day. I did get you that stuff on Christina Mason, right, that you had asked for. I hope I did. I'm reaching that age where you just don't remember as well. But I think I did, but if I didn't, say no you didn't, and I'll get it to you. Walk given to Snell. He'll go to first.
Snell draws the walk. Now your batter's number 2, right fielder Bryce Stevens.
Base runner on for Bryce Stevens. Evan Jones coming to the plate. Shout outs all 6th inning long, so we're halfway there. Connor Colvin on the bump, listed as Defuniak Springs. So that means he could have gone to one of 2 schools. Walton or Paxton. As that one has popped up. And coming over from short to make the catch near the 2-bag spot is Kyle Blevins. Bryce Stevens out number 1. And I'm thinking I've heard the name Connor Colvin mentioned with Paxton and the Bobcats. Shout out to the Chakalaka Park grounds crew and staff. Nicest park I've seen in a while. Looks great on the broadcast. Watching from North Alabama. It is a gorgeous park. As a matter of fact, when I first came here, I guess it was a year or 2 ago, I thought the turf was artificial. It was so nicely kept. But all natural with the exception of the area between the baselines and the dugouts. That is artificial. But otherwise, the rest of the field is natural grass. And yep, they do a splendid job at keeping this place immaculate. That'll sneak its way into right field. Evan Jones with a single, 4th base hit of the game for the Bullwheels.
Brings up second baseman number 1, Ronan Fowler.
Ronan Fowler coming to the plate with a couple of base runners on. Fowler has walked twice. Walked in the 3rd, walked in the 5th. Couple of base runners on. A walk and a hit, accounting for the 2 runners aboard. Strike delivered on the outside part of the plate to Fowler. Those 2 Fowler walks bring to 22 his total number of free passes on the year. Couple of strikes to Fowler. Blaine McDaniel on deck. Here's a shout out to Blake Smith on Coastal North from Aunt Shelley and Tim. Good luck, North. Thank you very much, Aunt Shelley and Tim. Upstairs with a pitch to Fowler. Blaine McDaniel on deck. 1-2 pitch, too low, too far outside. And yeah, we're taking shout-outs in the 6th, but with YouTube, you can comment anytime during the game. We take them, though, in the 6th inning, so you still got a couple of outs to shout. Popped up on the infield. Kyle Blevins calls for it at short, makes the catch. Fowler is out 2.
Round 2. Now we're back to the top of the order with number 7, Blaine McDaniel.
Top of the order, Blaine McDaniel next. 0 for 3 in the game. A pop out and a couple of ground outs. Flew out to center field in the 1st, ground out to 2nd in the 3rd, and to 3rd in the 5th. DM Lear moving to the on-deck circle. Top of the order to the plate in the 7th for the Coyotes. Shout out to KC from Defuniak Springs. Dad, Mom, and Easton, love you big. Kind of graduated from South Walton. Well, that's why I've heard the name. Connor Colvin. 4-3 put out of McDaniel.
Hard on the play for out 3.
Thank you very much for the info. As a matter of fact, did a big high school tourney at South Walton in March. They brought in some of the top teams in the country, and it's my understanding they're going to do that again. What a tournament that was. Let's go to the 7th. Thanks for the shout-outs in a 9-3 game.
Leading off the top of the 7th for the Coyotes, number 13, Kyle Blevins.
Kyle Blevins floats this one to right field. Bryce Stevens there for the catch.
Stevens on the catch.
And there's one out in the 7th. Brooks Hart coming to the plate. Ethan McAnally. All to follow here in the 7th. Dropped into left field. Brooks Hart with a base hit. 14th one of the game for the Coyotes.
Hit brings up number 36, Ethan McAnally.
And a base runner on for Ethan McAnally. McAnally struck out, hit by a pitch, walked, popped out to center field. Hunter Williams, pitcher number 3 in the rotation today for the Boll Weevils. George Domkowski got the start, worked 2 2/3. Braden Harmon came in, worked 2 1/3. And at the moment, Hunter Williams has worked 1 1/3. On the outside part of the plate to McAnally. One offering. And it is 1-2. McAnally struck out in the first. Hit by a pitch in the third, walked in the fourth. Popped out to center field in the fifth. Scored after being hit and walked in innings 3 and 4. 1-2 pitch. Outside off his heart. He'll get in safely. And hopped briefly into the dirt and gave Hart time to get down to second. Trent Nelson moving to the on-deck circle. And it's hit towards right field. Bryce Stevens to the warning track, able to make the catch over the shoulder. Back to second will go McAnally. Make that hard. McAnally with the fly out.
That out brings up number 18, Trent Nelson.
Trent Nelson next. Nelson 2 for 3 in the game. He and Tyler Wave in a battle for the team RBI lead. Nelson with an RBI today now has 32. Tyler Wave with 3 today now has 31. Nelson is singled, doubled, popped out to short and walked. Lear, Savage, and Boroff in the bottom of the 7th. 1-0 pitch to Nelson. Took out his 9-iron and sliced it high into the air, coming in from second. To make the catch is Fowler.
No runs on one hit.
Hart is left on off one hit.
And we go to the middle
To the bottom of the 7th we go. It's the 2, 3, and 4 spots
9-3
coming up for the Boll Weevils.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
Bottom of the seventh, DM Lear leading it off, fielded by McAnally at first. Covering the bag is Colvin. One pitch, one away on the 3-1.
On the first out. Now your batter's number 6, first baseman,
Cole Savage next, 1 for 3 in the game. Savage ground into a 4-3, a 6-3, and singled. The single brought in a run. Jay Boroff moving to the on-deck circle. 8th inning for the Coyotes, has the 5 spot. Starting things off, Nate Mayfield, Tyler Wave, Sebastian Harden. Into the dirt for the pitch, and the count even at 1. Trevor Allen getting the start for the Coyotes, worked 4 1/3. Connor Colvin has been in the game since the 5th inning. We're 2/3 of the 5th, all of the 6th, now a 1/3 of the 7th. That could drop in. Moran won't catch up with it until it's just a few feet shy of the warning track. Cole Savage with a double with 1 away.
Now your batter's number 32, Jay.
And that is the Boll Weevil, 5th hit of the game. Jay Boroff to the plate. Boroff 0 for 2 in the game. Did get hit by a pitch in the 4th. Came in and scored a run. Otherwise has ground out and struck out. Got an RBI chance at second with Savage. Colvin's pitch a little bit low and outside. Popped up by Boroff, and it will get out of play. Gaines Harrell on deck. Mayfield, Wave, and Harden in the 8th inning for the Coyotes. Boroff 53 hits, second most on the team. 12 doubles, tied for the team lead. A triple, 8 home runs, which is best on the team by far. Number 2 on the team is Savage with 3. Blevins will turn the double play, snags the liner, and catches Savage off the bag. What a play by Blevins.
No one left on base. We go to the top of the 8th. Coastal North leads 9-3.
We're headed to the 8th. 6-run lead. Let's move it to this play by Blevins that will take us to the break and send us to the 8th.
Leading off the top of the 8th for the Coyotes, number 11, Nate Mayfield.
Top of the 8th, Nate Mayfield starts it off. Tyler Wave and Sebastian Harden due up in the inning 2. Mayfield 0 for 3 in the game. Does have an RBI on a sac fly. Coyotes have had base runners every inning. 9 have come in, 10 have been stranded. Fouled over towards the Boll Weevil dugout. Mayfield, 3 flyouts, 1 to right, 1 behind the plate, 1 to second. That flyout to left is what brought in a run in the 4th. 1-2 pitch. A little bit inside. Hunter Williams for the Boll Weevils. Hit after Domkowski got the start, and then Harvin came in. Hunter Williams, the right-hander from Dothan, Alabama. Three-2 pitch to Mayfield. Ground to third, grabbed by Harrell. He'll get it to first, and out will go Mayfield.
Harrell on the play for out 1. Now your batter's number 20, right fielder Tyler Wave.
One out for Tyler Wave. Wave 2 for 4 in the game. As homered and singled. The single brought in 1, a home run 2. And that Tyler Wave home run was his 4th of the year. Off the end of the stick, another opportunity for Harrell. Bobbles it, runner safe. So Wave on, compliments of the error at third. Game's first ever coming in the 8th.
Now your batter's number 26.
And it's got a runner at first for Sebastian Harden. Harden with a couple of hits and a couple of strikeouts. Singled in the 2nd, doubled in the 3rd, struck out in the 4th, and again in the 6th. Zane Steele on deck. That will drop in as a Harden base hit. Wave on his way to third. He'll be there safely. Runners on the corners for Zane Steele. 15th hit of the game for the Coyotes.
Catcher number 10, Zane Steele.
Zane Steele coming to the plate. Looking at the roster, he's a Baker boy. Baker, Florida. Former Gator. And now a Coyote steps in with a couple of runners on. He is flown out to left field. Sebastian Harden will go. It is cut off by Fowler. With Wave over at third, not concerned near as much about Harden as they are Tyler Wave. Sebastian Harden with his 15th steal of the year. Steele trying to check his swing. 1 for 2 in the game. Also was hit by a pitch and walked. Then a base hit in the 3rd, brought in a run. His 18th RBI of the year. Gavin Moran on deck. That is a fair ball. Caught in a rundown between home and third. Wave tagged out.
Snell tags him out.
So Steele will
Round
wrap
two.
into officially the 5-2.
Now you batter center fielder, number 22.
A couple of runners on for
Moran.
Gavin Moran. Moran 2 for 3 in the game, singled twice, laid down a sacrifice in the 5th. The only out came in the 6th when he popped out to center field. Top of the order, moving to the on-deck circle.
Here go twos. Here go twos.
5, 6, and 7 coming to the plate for the Boll Weevils in the bottom of the 8th. Harrell, Snell, and Stevens. Popped up right side. And back to get it is Bryce Stevens. Moran flies
Stevens on
out.
the catch for out 3.
2 more runners stranded. That brings the total left on to 12. No runs played at the top of the 8th.
We go to the bottom of the 8th.
We go to the bottom of the
It's
inning
9-3,
with
Coastal
Harrell,
North.
Snell, and Stevens coming up.
In 1995, the Alabama Baseball Coaches Association has held its annual Coaches Convention, where up to 450 high school and college coaches gather to learn more about their craft from some of the best coaches in Alabama and the country. The annual awards banquet is also held during the convention, where standout high school and college players and coaches from the past season are honored for their success. The banquet's highlight occurs when the new Hall of Fame class is inducted and the Distinguished Service Award recipient
And don't forget, follow us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you'll make us happy campers. Popped into foul territory and out of play by Gaines Harrell. Just checked in on the Snead State Coastal South game. Game in the 6th inning. First of 2 in Snead State now with a 7-3 lead over the Bay Minette Coyotes. Here the Bruton Coyotes with a 6-run lead, popped up into foul territory. Will go McAnally.
on the catch for out
He'll make
1.
the catch, and Harrell's out number 1.
Now your batter's number 22, catcher Matt Dave Snell.
One out for Matt Dave Snell. Snell ground out to short, got hit by a pitch, and walked. Officially 0 for 1 in the game. Bryce Stevens on deck. Connor Colvin, who came into the game in the 5th, working the 8th with 1 away. There's a base hit. Dropped into right center field, and it will roll. That's got Snell on his way to second. A 1-out double. Hit number 6 for the Boll
Snell
Weevils.
hits the double. Now your batter's number 30, Will Powell.
And a pinch hitter coming in for the Boll Weevils. And is Will Powell. Will Powell, a .351 hitter on the year. 1 home run, 7 RBIs, 37 trips to the plate, 2 doubles, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Bats for Stevens with a base runner in scoring position. And he'll lift this one towards Harton. Sails back to the wall. Can't make the catch. Off the ricochet, a double for Powell. And that brings in Snell. Pinch hit double Powell. Drives in the 4th Boll Weevil run of the game.
For Enterprise, number 5, Bryce Hinton.
Makes it a 9-4 game. Evan Jones to the plate. Boll Weevils would like to have an 8th inning that trims that lead maybe down to 2. I mean, heck, they'd like to tie it up and take the lead. But at least get within 2. Jones 1 for 3. Even counted 1 on Jones, who popped out to short in the 3rd. Struck out in the 4th, had a base hit in the 6th. That will roll foul. By the way, running for Powell at second is Bryce Hinton. Sent towards Gavin Moran in center field.
Moran on the catch.
He'll make the catch, and Evan Jones out number 2.
Now your batter's number 1, Ronan Fowler.
Two gone for Ronan Fowler. Fowler with a couple of walks and a pop out to short. Blaine McDaniel on deck. I think it is safe to say at this point, the 4 o'clock game doesn't start at 4. Needed this game to wrap up around 3:30-ish. And it's a little more ish than it would need to be able to get the 4 o'clock game on in 4. So right now you're looking at a possible 4:30-ish. I'll throw that in. Game 2 start between Bishop State and Central Alabama. 2 hops to Blevins, over to first. Ronan into the 6-3. 1 run in, 1 runner left. We go to the 9th in a 9-4 game.
Now pitching for Enterprise number 17, Logan Fleming. Now your batter for the Coyotes, number 13, Kyle Blevins.
Top of the ninth, top of the order, a new pitcher, Logan Fleming, on the hill for Enterprise State. The right-hander has made 12 regular season appearances, 1 and 2 on the year. 20 in the third innings of work, 20 hits given up, 20 runs, 11 earned, 11 walks and 18 strikeouts, 1 home run allowed, and 4.87 ERA. For Logan Fleming, the Enterprise Alabama product. Blevins trying to loop that one into right field. What a diving catch. Bryce Stevens, spectacular catch to deny Kyle Blevins a base hit.
Now your batter's number 6, second baseman, Brooks Hart.
And there's one away for Brooks Hart. Logan Fleming will wind up working 3 innings. Faced 15. He was out there longer than any other Boll Weevil pitcher. Domkowski worked 2 2/3. Harvin 2 1/3. Williams 3 innings of work in facing those 15. Had a single strikeout and a single walk. And gave up 1, 2, 3 base hits. Allowed a run, no hit batsman. Gave up the home run. And for Hunter Williams, that was the 3rd home run given up this year. So there are your Hunter Williams numbers. 3-1 the count on Brooks Hart. Hart is singled, lined out to third, doubled, singled, and singled. Innings 1, 2, 4, 5, and 7, and walks in the ninth.
First baseman, Ethan McAnally.
Ethan McAnally to the plate. McAnally has struck out, been hit by a pitch, walked, and flew out twice. Officially 0 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Trent Nelson to the on-deck circle. Into the dirt with a pitch. Hart will stay over at first. Hart with 4 stolen bases this year. Coyotes as a team with 86. Strike delivered to McAnally, 2-1. Logan Fleming pitch. That is high. McAnally struck out on the first, hit by a pitch in the third, walked in the fourth. And the flyouts to center and right came in the 5th and 7th, respectively. That's a base hit into left field.
McAnally on the hit. Now you batter's third base.
Couple of base runners on for Trent Nelson.
Nelson.
There have not been many, if any, hitless innings. First inning 2 for the Coyotes, 3 in the second. 4 in the third, 2 in the fourth, a hit in the fifth, hit in the sixth, 7th, 8th, and now 9th. They've had hits every inning. 16 total in the game. Trent Nelson has accounted for 2 of the 16. He is singled and doubled. Couple of runners on with 1 away. Outside with a pitch to Nelson. Had his 2 base hits in his first 2 plate appearances. The 3 since has gone 0 for 2 with a walk. And a slice towards Bryce Stevens in right. He'll make the catch and runners will hold.
Stevens on the catch, round 2. Now your batter's number 11.
2 gone for Nate
designated
Mayfield.
hitter, Nate Mayfield.
And I'm not sure what this conversation is about, but it has been instigated by Keith Griffin. And I don't know if maybe there was a claim of some form of interference. Brooks Hart, the base runner, at second. Catch was made in right by Bryce Stevens on the Trent Nelson fly ball, and you had runners at first and second in McAnally at first and Hart at second. So the only thing I can come up with is something at second, which Griffin perceived as some form of interference that kept his runner from going on a fairly deep fly out to right field. Conversation over, and back to the plate goes Mayfield, first McAnally, and to second Brooks Hart. Tyler Wave on deck on the inside part of the plate to Mayfield.
In right field for Enterprises, Bryce Hinton.
And Bryce Hinton, by the way, is the right fielder for Bryce Stevens. So there's been a replacement. Hinton came into the ball game as a runner for Powell. That's a little bloop. Caught it short by Evan Jones, and Mayfield will fly out. So you do have Bryce catching fly balls in right, but it was no longer Stevens. Hinton, who came in to run for Powell, who hit for Stevens, stayed in right field. 1 base hit, nobody scores, 2 runners stranded. That brings to 14 the Coyotes left on base. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Perhaps got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Top of the order in the bottom of the ninth. Blaine McDaniel will start it. D.M. Lear and Cole Savage due up in the inning 2. Connor Colvin, who came into the ball game in the 5th, trying to wrap it up in the 9th. 1-1 pitch. A little bit inside. Ground to hard at second. He'll go to first with the throw, and McDaniel's out number 1.
Now your batter's number 11, D.M. Lear.
D.M. Lear coming to the plate. He is 1 for 4 with an RBI, and that one was a triple. It came in the 5th, and eventually he comes in on the Savage single. His triple brought in Ronan Fowler, who had walked. There's base hit number 8 in the game for Enterprise State.
Lear on the hit. And now your batter's number 6, Cole Savage.
Cole Savage, first 2 trips to the plate, hitless. Ground out to second and short. Next 2 base hits, RBI single in the 5th, a double in the 7th. Coming to the plate in the 9th with a base runner at first and 1 away. Bull Weevils trying to rally from 5 down with an out in the bottom of the 9th. In a 2-hour, 51-minute contest. A little low in the pitch to Savage. Jay Boroff on deck. One offering. It is high, 2-1. That is dropped into center field, base hit, back-to-back singles. Lear on his way to third. He'll be there safely. And the Weevils with runners on the corners.
Savage on the hit. Brings up number 32, Jay Boroff.
And that is the 25th hit of the game. Coyotes with 16, 9th one for the Boll Weevils. Jay Boroff to the plate. Boroff 0 for 3, hit by a pitch in the 4th. And came in and scored. And looks like Lear is limping. And we'll go to the dugout. Lear, who had the single and then went to third on the Cole Savage base hit, limps to the dugout.
In to run for Enterprise is number 4, Riles Birch.
Coming in to run is Riles Birch. So Birch now at third for Lear. And on the other corner is Savage for Jay Boroff. Boroff ground into a 5-3 in the second, got hit by a pitch and scored a run on a bases loaded walk to Bryce Stevens in the 4th. Struck out in the 5th, lined out to short in the 7th. Gaines Harrell on deck. High with a pitch to even the count at 1 on Boroff, whose on-base percentage is 55%. Slugging percentage of .765. Those are all team-leading totals. 2-1 to Boroff. Birch at third, Savage at first. Steele trying to pull it back into the strike zone, but instead it is ball 3. Boroff has walked 20 times this year. Count runs full. He has struck out 14. Here's the Connor Coleman payoff pitch. That will get out of play, I believe. Yep, into the pin on the Coyotes side. So Boroff back to the plate. Another payoff pitch. Second one from Colvin. That is floated towards left field. Harden will make the catch. Tagging from third is Birch. He'll score, but there's 2 gone.
And Birch scores from third.
Boroff will hit the 50 RBI mark with the sac fly. The Coyotes in a position where they'd prefer the out, concede the run, and it's now a 9-5 game with 2 gone. High inside pitch to Gaines Harrell. And that will hit the helmet of Harrell. He'll go down to first.
Harrell's hit by the pitch. That brings up your catcher, number 22, Matt Dave Snell.
Connor Colvin with the out of Jay Boroff officially is the longest tenured Coyote of the game. Trevor Allen, the starter, worked 4 1/3. And now Connor Coleman. Been out there just a tad longer than Allen, facing Matt Dave Snell, who was ground out to short, been hit by a pitch, walked and doubled. Bryce Hinton on deck. A little bit outside with the Connor Colvin pitch, 2-1. Snell ground into the 6-3 in the second, hit by a pitch in the fourth, walked in the sixth. Chopper towards Hart, backs up to field at second, goes to first, gets the out on the 4-3, and that is your ball game.
The Enterprise scores 1 run on 2 hits, leave 2 on base, and that's your ball game. Coastal North wins 9-5.
So the first game of this year's edition of the conference tournament is a Coyote win. And we have got Central Alabama and Bishop State now officially set for a 4:30 start, as this one will go final. Coyotes will win it, and let's take a look at the numbers. For Enterprise State, a total of 9 hits and an error. They will strand 10. Got their runs this way. 1 came in the 4th, 2 came in the 6th. I make that the 5th. And then a run each in the 8th and 9th. For the Coyotes, 16 hits. They do not commit an error. They strand 14. Both teams go into the double digits in left on base. Coyotes will leave 14 on and the Boll Weevils will leave 10 aboard. Those 16 hits contributing to 9 runs for the Coyotes. 1 came in the second, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth, a run in the fifth, and 2 more in the sixth. And there's your final score. It took 2 hours and 59 minutes to complete. But the Coyotes are victorious. They will take on Wallace and Dothan tomorrow at 10 o'clock. For the Boll Weevils, an elimination game at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. They'll know their opponent after the 1 o'clock game ends tomorrow. Central Alabama and Bishop State, 32 minutes away. We will see you at 4:30 here on JockJive. And don't forget, follow us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and come back, won't you, at 4:30 for Central Alabama and Bishop State. I'm Robert Williamson for the ACCC and JockJive. So long, everybody.